Want to consistently be the best player in the match? Well, I'll show you the best setup to get your fingers moving faster than everybody else and how you can win in Warzone and other first-person shooters. Hi, I'm Michael Soos from GamerWit, and today I want to talk about my PC setup. I've got a few unique things that you may have not seen before that really give me an edge when we're playing in a first-person shooter like Warzone, Call of Duty. So, first thing I want to really talk about is the simplicity of my setup. You'll notice that I've got a gaming mouse on the right side, I've got my keyboard in the center, and then I have this unique device on the left side. This unique device is called a Tartarus Pro from Razer, and it looks like this. It's kind of interesting. It fits your hand really nicely. This is a very easy way to go get an edge when you're playing in first-person shooters on a PC, and I've been using one for years. This device has probably been around since about 1999, 2000, and people used to play Quake on them. What makes them unique, a company called Nostromo, or Belkin Nostromo, used to make this exact one. I think they sold the design to Razer. I'm not sure how that transaction went down, but it's still being made today, and they're getting increasingly better. Typically, for normal PC gamers, what you'll do is you will take your hand and you will put it onto these keys over here. This is your backward, forward, left, right, strafe, right, and then you're putting your other hand over to here to use the mouse. Okay, that's got a problem because then you have to cross over to be able to go type or do anything while you're still controlling your character. You're leaving your hand off of your mouse. Otherwise, you could use this hand to move it over. It's troublesome, right? That's why a lot of PC gamers will, and actually the standard setup that a lot of games come with is to use your hand over here, use the WASD keys instead of these controls on the right side, and it allows you to have all of the movement of your keys and kind of go back and forth. That comes with a problem because you lose yourself in all these keys. A lot of times you can't get back in time. You're getting crushed or killed because you can't control your character because you're running back and forth across the keyboard. So I guess a third option, you could run over to here on this side while you're mousing. Yet again, you're kind of moving that way, you're getting lost. That's where the Tartarus Pro really shines because you're not ever really getting lost. Tartarus Pro over here, you're keeping your hand over here, you're able to work everything easily, and your other hand is on your mouse, and then you're moving in to be able to type or to do any special commands, and then you're immediately back and you know where you are, you don't lose yourself. So I find it's a better setup, allows you to move a lot quicker, and I think it gives you a massive edge when you're playing against other PC gamers, and really I think it gives you a massive edge against even console players. So taking a closer look at the Tartarus Pro, one thing you'll notice is that it's got kind of an ergonomic feel. This is a nice little padded thing for putting your wrist on. Good for those long nights of gaming, putting hours in. And then this little thing here can actually be pulled off. Of course, it doesn't do it when I actually want to show it to you. There you go. It can be pulled off. And then it can be moved for bigger hands. So if you're a rather large person, I'm not a large person, so I keep it in a different setting, but you can move it out here. You can move it back up. So these holes are all kind of set up where you can set it in different positions. So the standard position is pretty good for me. I find it comfortable. You'll notice a few interesting things about it. It's kind of a combination between a keyboard and a gamepad. And the gamepad piece of it, over on the side here, fits right where your thumb is. So really this is not meant in a normal keypad kind of scenario where you're using this to move your character. I guess you could. You can set these up for any way. There's a million different combinations or how you could set this up. Mine's pretty straightforward for first-person shooters. I use my thumb to be able to go push up on this piece, this button right here, that's push up on it, and that's my crouch. If I push down on it, I go prone in Warzone. So when I'm sniping, I can immediately get down. Or maybe you've seen those guys that run in and maybe they're trying to capture a flag. They go immediately prone, look like a dead body there. or get you. They catch you off guard because you weren't looking for a guy that was laying on the ground. That's how you can do it fast, by hitting the prone button. This button here, it's a kind of a keyboard button. I set that up for me. It duplicates the space bar on my keyboard, and when I press on that, it allows me to sprint. So hit that and hit sprint. Now over here, you'll notice that there's 3 keys in the middle. This is what I use to control my character, so I can go back and forth rather fast, forward and backward. And then I use this this corner key. I use that as my kind of enter vehicle, execute, use button. That's that button. Real quickly, I can do it, pick up stuff. I really don't use this mouse wheel much. I guess that's an option. I could use it, but there's a button right here, and it's hard to see, this black button. That is how I can reload fast. So I hit that as my reload. Reloads my stuff, and I set up these top keys up here. This button and this button. I use this for throwing a grenade. And then also I typically use stim. If you've seen some of my other videos, I talk about using stim to go get your health back. I'll press that button to get my stim. So all these buttons are customizable. There's lots of different options. There are almost too many options. But this is really my secret to consistently hitting high scores and getting kills. You'll note that my keyboard here is a Corsair K70 rapid fire. I'm real happy with this keyboard. It's a pretty keyboard. Has got an RGB in it. Buttons have a really nice press to them. You can hear it really well. So it's great for typing. It's also great to know when you've got that instant feedback to know that that you've used the keyboard. These mechanical keyboards are very popular now. They harken back to the first PCs that came with incredible keyboards that were big hunks of metal with springs and whatnot in it, and then quickly we moved on to these kind of soft press keyboards that came with all these, cheap computers in the 90s and 2000s, and now we're back to high-end peripherals for people who want the best of the best. The K70 is definitely one of the best ones. Something else I like about this, Corsair does a great job. They put a little button up the top to turn your lights on and off. I don't always use this, but it's kind of cool. The other thing that's neat is up in the right corner, I can change my volume right here. I can mute myself. Just excellent, easy, ergonomic, easy to get to. I love this keyboard, and it's all made of metal, which is just wicked cool. I always fear that I'm gonna spill something on this keyboard and I won't have it anymore because I just dig this keyboard so much and I've spent a lot of money on it. Next thing I'll note is over here is my mouse. You'll notice a theme here. I've got a lot of Corsair stuff. I like Corsair stuff. I think it's well made. This Corsair mouse is easy to use. A lot of people like wireless mouse. I've got a wired mouse, mostly because it plugs in at the top of this mouse pad. This mouse pad is a Corsair mouse pad. It's hard plastic. First thing you notice is it's got RGB on it. I love the RGB. It's kind of one of those things where the RGB doesn't make you any better. It's kind of like putting stickers on your Honda. It doesn't really do anything to make you faster, but you like it a lot better, and the RGB is wicked. One thing you'll note, though, is I have this pad underneath. This pad underneath is by Razer. Corsair doesn't have one like this that actually has the RGB on the edge. They have some really nice large mouse pads that you can put everything on. I've got a couple of them, but the Razer one is just that much better. Now you have to use 2 different pieces of software to adjust it. You're going to have to adjust this one to match what you're doing on your Corsair if you want to. But I'm already using the Tartarus Pro, which uses the same software as my mouse pad. So the Tartarus Pro and the mouse pad are using the same software, and then my keyboard and my mouse are using the same software, as well as, if you didn't note over here, I've got a big old gaming case that's got RGB in it, and up top here, you can see it. I've got mousing headphones or gaming headphones with a Corsair stand for it that charges it. Yes, that's all Corsair, and it all is RGB, and it all matches, which is really cool. So that software is really good from Corsair. I would say the software from Razer is lacking a little bit, and it's not lacking in features. It has a ton of great features. Matter of fact, one of the greatest features is it hooks up to the hue lights. Love that, but it can be a little problematic. I've found over the years that a thing will give me a little bit of challenge, where the Corsair software has been solid as can be. I don't think it's enough to, the concerns with the software is not enough to be like, I'm not going to buy anything Razer, because I think Razer stuff makes really, really good stuff. And I absolutely adore this Tartarus Pro. But in terms of just, it would be nice if everything was on the same piece of software. That's not a reality. And honestly, I'm not going to choose to go buy everything one way just because, just for that simplicity, when really everything works really well together. And I'm honestly not changing the color that often. So that is my gaming setup, and if you have any questions, please leave comments below, and I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and leave me a like. I'm trying to build a channel here and trying to get lots of content out to help you with your gaming and make everybody great when they play first-person shooters. Well, I hope some of the secrets that I've taught you today about my setup are going to help make you a better PC gamer. If you'd like to learn more about the Tartarus Pro, or any of the other devices that I showed you that I use for my gamer setup, you'll see the links in the description down below. I'm really not a paid endorsement from Corsair or from any of these peripherals. I just enjoy and I use them, and I recommend them. But if you do click on the affiliate links below, you will be helping me if you purchase through those things, because I use that to be able to fund all my fun gaming stuff. Also, you could really help my channel by hitting the subscribe button, which is right there. Hit that button and subscribe to my channel. You'll see all my stuff in the future. I'll have lots more stuff coming to teach you some of my secrets of PC gaming, more peripheral reviews, and I'll also get into streaming and teaching you some of the things I use to stream on Twitch, as well as go live on Facebook or YouTube.